today, the quest for 100 begins. But before we do that, we gotta get there. Yeah, good morning, everybody. We are on board Delta this morning. We are on our next big adventure today. This is gonna be a big one. We are going to be spending the next week at the beach. We are going to Florida. Yep, this is gonna be a really exciting one. We are going to Tampa for the week, and we're gonna be hitting SeaWorld Orlando first, and then towards the end of the week, we are going to Busch Gardens, where I hope to make Iron Gwazi my 100th credit. This is going to be incredible. You ready? All right, so first stop of the day is Atlanta, and wouldn't you know it, just as we landed, we got a text saying that our flight's been delayed by half an hour, which wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't for the fact that we were already waiting 3 hours in between our here and our flight to Tampa, but that's okay, because we just got ourselves Shake Shack, one of our faves. We're gonna work on this, and then we have a little bit of time to wait. I'm probably gonna just walk up and down the concourse, get my steps in for the day. Enjoying that beautiful shroom burger. Isn't it the most beautiful thing? We mentioned it in our Minnesota trip. It's a beautiful fried mushroom full of cheese. So if you eat vegetarian like Anna does, it's the perfect lunch. The long delay is finally over. It's time to board this bird to Tampa.
1 hour later.
All right, we have arrived on Treasure Island, and this is what we're dealing with. Pretty nice looking room. But of course, the best part of this is all the way out here. We come out onto the balcony, and isn't that glorious? The Atlantic Ocean in all of its glory. This is gonna be incredible. This is so pretty.
It's really pretty.
The next day.
All right, it is a new day. We spent all of last night laying on the beach. It was just beautiful. The sunrise was majestic over in Tampa. But today we are at SeaWorld Orlando. I have not been here since high school. So that was 2008, 2025 now. Oh my goodness. Manta was still being built the last time I came here. So lots of new credits that I haven't been on. I can see pipeline rolling by as we come up here. I guess now might be a good time to address the little elephant in the room. And mind if I show him the scooter?
Yeah.
Anna is on a scooter with her knee. Unfortunately, 3 weeks ago, she injured a bone in her foot, and is going to be on that for a few more weeks. So she won't get to, probably isn't going to get to ride everything at this park, but after reviewing some of the things online about accessibility and everything, she might be able to get at least a couple of credits here, but we'll just have to wait and see. It's unfortunate how things like that happen sometimes, but you know what? You make do of it, and you still have a good time nonetheless. So here we go. You ready?
Let's go. sunbathing, right?
All right, just got off my first ride on Mako, first new credit of the year. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. That thing's got some great airtime. I've heard this one hyped up a lot. Sure enough, that was a lot of fun. I'll have to really think about this one, see where it ranks in relation to, say, like Diamondback and Orion and everything. But no, that was a lot of fun. I definitely want to get on this one again. A Wednesday afternoon in June, and that was a station wait, and Kraken was a walk-on to my surprise. So I certainly did not expect that on a day like today. There's definitely a lot of people. Penguin Track's got a really long line, and as you would expect, Manta has slow dispatches. Lots of good stuff today. So we just got off of Manta, Anna's first big coaster in the park.
Yeah.
To our surprise, with the boot on her foot, they still had her on. What did you think?
It was really cool.
That was also my first time on Manta. And I mean, I've been on a flying coaster once before. I've been on Superman at Great America. And I'll tell you what, I mean, those whatchamacallums, the pretzel knot, very jarring elements, like right when you hit the bottom of it, but the rest of the coaster, I mean, relatively tame. The zero-G rolls are very whippy and fun. You thought it was a good time?
Yeah, I was laughing at the end. It was so fun.
Your first time that was like your first like big coaster. That's over 100 feet tall.
Is it? Cool.
Yes, that's the biggest thing you've been on thus far. So we'll just have to take our pace with the scooter and everything and see what you feel like going on next.
Keep that barrel. When your surfboard comes ashore, lift your harness above your head and carefully step out of your seat and off the surfboard. Let them know the day you at SeaWorld.
Okay, I just got a pipeline, and that was incredible. That was my very first time on a stand-up coaster. Holy moly. I can feel it in my calves big time, especially on like the landings and when it went upside down. But the feeling where you float off of your seat, or actually off the ground and you can lift your legs and everything, that was really, really cool. I think this one might be up near the top. I still have yet to ride Icebreaker and the kids coaster in the Sesame Street area, but wow, that one was a lot of fun. It is a hot day, but there's not a whole lot of people here, so most of the rides have had a pretty short wait. That one I didn't even wait like 2 trains. That was a lot of fun. It appears I've stumbled upon Sesame Street. Kind of a cool little setup here. This looks really cool. We're on Sesame Street, so you know what that means. It's kids coaster time.
For those of you waiting in line, please make sure you're waiting behind that yellow line. Please make sure you're waiting behind that yellow line.
it's Big Bird. He's just having the best old time today. We just got off Penguin Trek and now we're walking next to penguins, and it is so unbelievably cold in here. It's so cold. I mean, I guess it's a nice refresher from being out in the 90-degree sweltering humidity all day, but oh my gosh. It is freezing in here, but I've never seen penguins that close up before. We're just about to walk through the shark tunnel, and there's this guy sitting just right here, and then there's some hammerheads. Wow, that's incredible. So I just got off Icebreaker. The final credit for the day puts my total up to 96. And apart from the fact that these operators in the station right now are not doing a very good job at keeping this thing moving quickly, the ride, incredible. I mean, honestly, it's a short ride, but the intensity of the transitions and the airtime, the laterals, very, very similar to what you would experience on like Maverick at Cedar Point. So this one has very much surprised me. I think this one might be potentially a top 3 in the park for this day. So mission accomplished, got all the credits that I didn't have from this park. And I think it looks like there's some storms coming in, so we might be taking off here pretty soon. Having a blast. Sure enough, we started hearing thunder and all the coasters shut down. So I think that's going to do it for today. This very interesting adventure at SeaWorld Orlando. So overall, I mean, love what they're doing with the park. I have mixed feelings about what they do with the, especially the orcas. I mean, I don't know. Ever since seeing that Blackfish documentary, I mean, if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Create your own opinions on it. Checked out a few of the other animal exhibits. Some of the others are really, really cool. The shark one's neat. It has like a moving sidewalk through the tunnel, so that was really, really neat. The new coasters, lots of fun. Penguin Track was good. Pipeline, really surprising. Icebreaker, really intense. Mako, lots of floater. Kraken, starting to show its age a little bit, a little rattling, and coaster's 25 years old. What would you expect? So yeah, yep, got all the new credits. Totals up to 96. Two things about the park today that I would say were not the greatest. First of all, operations on Icebreaker were not the best. The guys running that one were kind of taking their sweet time. If it's taking 3.5 to 4 minutes to send off a train that only has 18 seats, there's a problem. Especially when the guys running Mako, which has twice the number of seats, were doing it in the nick of time, like really, really quickly. And another thing that we're not too crazy about here is the way that they handled accessibility. So as we showed earlier, Anna's riding around with a boot on her foot after breaking a foot, and also and using a knee scooter to get around. So we went up to guest services. They gave her a thing that basically said she was good to ride pretty much everything. When we go up to get
they basically said, I don't know, you're gonna have to go to each individual ride and ask. That's basically what she said.
Something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'm free to ride whatever. It was you have to ask to see if you can even ride anything. So there wasn't like a clear list of what I could actually ride or not.
Yeah, and is if that warrants a problem, yeah, so there's a bit of inconsistency between that and then the website where you actually found all that information. Another thing that was rather frustrating was the fact that basically when you walk up to get in line for it, you go through the quick queue for that. They write down like a time for you to come back to the ride instead of just letting you go right away. But rather than that being just a shortened length, you know, it could end up being a longer time. Like when we did Penguin Track, we had to wait an hour. But here's the ridiculous part here. So earlier, we went to Manta, and we had like maybe close to a half hour that they told us to wait. So we thought, well, why don't we go over and do Penguin Track during that length of time? We get over there, and they say, oh, we can't let you go through this one until you've ridden the other one first. So we had to go back to Manta and ride that one before we could do Penguin Track, and then they gave us like an hour before we could come back and do it. So you're not really getting any significant perk other than you go through the exit at a certain time. You still have to wait a long time, but without waiting in line. So, I mean, maybe if we had the quick queue bans, that could have done it. But, you know, today, for the most part, most of the rides weren't that long. I mean, Pipeline, Mako, and Kraken were all walk-ons. And also, the Super Grover coaster in Sesame Street was a station wait as well. So, I was blown away by just the fact that Penguin Track probably was the longest wait in the entire park. Still fun ride, but I don't know why it's that one. I guess it's because it's such a mass appeal. It appeals to the families.
Also, there's penguins at the end, so
that was I did not expect that. Yeah. I didn't know that. So no.
And he freeze.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I will definitely have to do a full review of the park once we're back home. But yeah, for now, we'll just say thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe because we will have more content coming your way very soon. Because in a couple of days we are going to Busch Gardens, Tampa, where I will hopefully be getting my 100th credit on Iron Gwazi. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Ejector Airtime so you don't miss any of that future content. Make sure you guys like this video as well because that helps the YouTube algorithm. So until the next one, we'll see you guys on the flip side.